hello. Feeling lack of energy than usual? We're here again to solve the mystery of a crazy boy. It's been a while, and let's see what's up with this. Gina, what was Inspector Gregson doing here in the first place? That water really new. The water really new. It's what? Half an year since I go out to the clinic. That's when I decided to give up my divine, and all become a detecting set mid-divine. Okay, mid-divine? Oh yes, Mr. Stroman twisted the Inspector's arm to agree. Take you as an apprentice, didn't he? Interesting. Some idea, I think. Anyway, the point is, I didn't really know much about the bush till then. There's always a bit of a legend at the yard. Goodness, really? Yeah, makes sense. If you are an inspector, they paid you twice, okay. Yeah, but ever since then, started going out all sorts of investigation, are always on his own. No one else at yard even knows what half the case he's working on, apparently. That's not how it's supposed to work, is it? I feel like it's like Hosonaga, like a special, you know, a special investigator, like investigate. As they say, you receive a lot of cases where you cannot share information. Anyway, so what was the legendary Spectre doing now? Dig a little room like this. I know he had like respect for the Reaper, I know, and Maruka were at the landing. Respect for the Reaper, is that what way? No homo? I earn my MC as much. I take it out of the hell. Where is I don't even know what the hell. I take my hat off to that fella where his words. Not how the general public feels, is it? Most people are terrified of the Reaper. Yeah, the boss said that's exactly why he respects the bloke. Because people are terrified about him. That's interesting. I didn't realize Gregson held the Reaper in quite so high regard. I say something else to me anyway. I didn't worry about the Reaper because it only goes after people what they have yet. I did kind of set my mind ease when I said that. Right. He wants to leave for France. What is this place then? Does anyone live here? Apparently it's being rented by someone called Hugh Boone. Boone? Hugh? With Boone? It's sort of a here today, go tomorrow name that is, isn't it? So it's alias. A fake name. And what we call an unidentified person, we haven't even been able to get in touch with him. I see. Well, judging from appearances, I'd have to say this place hasn't been lived in for a long time, in fact. Right? All the lads from the yarn piled down to get stuck into the investigation. There's so little here, no one knew what to do with themselves. I do wonder. Yes, Mr. Sato? How could it be that this Hugh Boone is in fact Inspector himself? How could that be? Well, if he was investigating on his own, it's quite possible that this was in fact some kind of secret office. I never even considered that. Nice work, Sudi. We actually found a light inquiry like that on ourselves. If you look around the room, you'll see there's a few things I hate today. We should really investigate this place. I see that's where the Poe Inspector was found. Yeah, that's right. They said it was a single bullet. What did they mean? Apparently the bullet went through him and struck the candle tree. There's a interesting detail. Yeah, he's blown one of the candle apart completely. And the gun is there on the floor. It's the Reaper, isn't it? Not denying that. What? Really? How do you know that? Take it easy. I don't want to eat myself when you stare at me with them big white eyes. I can only see what I did. I don't have much to go again by myself. There is no big wig love or whatever who say so. Why don't you ask him? Big wig lawman? Big wig. Anyway, Fresno Street runs along under the window. There are some street sellers outside who heard the gunshot. Oh, what? I don't recall seeing anybody outside. Yeah, they'll be all taken down to the yard for questioning, that's why. We're talking about yard legendary inspector here. After all, they'll be getting real. Think we might be able to speak with those street sellers ourselves? I don't. The lads of the yard will want to know what you're snooping for, and you'll be up grilling. We can enter the system. Hey. The top of the candle in this candle holder was completely blown out. Yes, there was one splatter on the wall. I suppose if a bullet had hit it, it seemed likely that a bullet hit the candle. It was passed through the inspector's body. Now, there was in the wall with like blood. Okay. So I suppose these were That's right, the rope is laid around the body to show exactly how it was found. For Inspector Gregson, his ammo is already being taken away. We'll probably be under Dr. Sykes' scalpel by now. If not for what happened last week, or the shape of the rope, well, it appeared the Inspector was curled up in a ball. That's weird. Are you feeling alright, Mr. Naruhodo? You like you just seen a ghost. I know it's just a road, but no. It conjures up a quite terrifying image, that's all. Especially with that boss thing next to it. Oh, I do understand in some ways what we picture in our minds can be even worse than reality. So I'm strong. She's taking this far better than I am. If you're looking down on us from the great beyond, Inspector, don't worry. We'll look after things at the end. Having troubles on big thoughts there. Okay. That doesn't seem much. We're examining this. A chair! Okay. There's a chimney here. An empty fireplace makes room feel even colder than it would be otherwise, doesn't it? So I think it does. Look, it would be fair to say it hasn't been used in a very long time. In other words, whoever lived in this room must have been extremely hard in cold weather. But I live here at all and merely visit when occasion goes. I would like to say which is more likely. No, that's fine. It's one of them. You made good time. I took an express train back to London. Who's talking to? You hear him strong, can you? Yes, it sounds as though he's talking to someone. Kazuma! Is everything in place? I probably a compartment of the train so I could check all the paperwork. It's Kazuma-sama. Ah, your timing is impeccable. It is? No doubt you have heard the sickness news. The sickening news about the Reaper latest delivery. Okay. Yeah? I'm sure you don't believe it, of course, the Lord Strongheart. The Lord Van Zix could have done such a thing to Inspector Gregson. I believe only in facts. And facts in this case point to one thing. The unavoidable accusal of Lord Van Zix for this crime. We must bring charges against the Reaper for taking the life of our legendary detective. No, surely not. What's the motivation? It's a truly regrettable situation. Tomorrow, forensic scientist symposium finally begins. At the very least, though, we can show the world our justice system swift and equitable process. So does that mean the trial will begin tomorrow? Again? Precisely. In fact, his final opportunity for your introduction. Meet prosecutor Kazuma. Ah, but of course, you're already acquainted, aren't you? And Mr. Sogi here will be present at tomorrow's proceedings. Leading to prosecution. Wait, what? Kazuma? I'm sure you're aware he's very capable of practitioner of law. Kazuma-sama, a prosecutor? Yes, he's reasoning petty revenge. I'm sure you can imagine that tomorrow's trial will be closely followed all over London. In fact, no. People all over the Empire will be watching closely to see how it unfolds. There's no salvation for anyone in the trial prosecuted by the Reaper of the Valley, and now, the Reaper himself must stay in the dark. Why so? The public want answer about the Reaper. Answer about how and why those who escape convictions have been subsequently die mysterious death. Dennis. Lord Franciscus firmly denies involvement in such matters. Well, he has a lot of alibis. There have been 3 investigations that have proven him to be innocent. That's certainly true, or he has been at least, until now. Ah? No, tomorrow's trial. We'll mark the start for a new chapter in our country. Great judicial history. Sorry, there's so many weird things going on. So Kazuma will be prosecuted tomorrow? Yes, that's right. But he's a defense lawyer, law strong heart. Accomplished young law practitioner cannot pick and choose their roles. I imagine what it will mean for the prosecution to know the strategically commonly employed by the defense. A devastating combination, wouldn't you agree? Absolutely. No doubt that Kazuma will be rather sharp as a prosecutor. But why Kazuma-san? There are surely many other highly skilled prosecutors in Great Britain. It was a personal request asked to be assigned to the trial. You asked for this? Why? It'll become clear tomorrow. I guess you intend to stand for the defense, don't you? Although, the Reaper appears to be turning down all offers of representation. I'm surprised such a personal request would have been upheld. It seems unprecedented, quite exceptional, in fact. You're quite right, Miss Mikoto. Tomorrow's trial will be unprecedented and exceptional in every way. After all, the accused is one of Britain's greatest prosecutors, the pride of the Empire. It will be unwise to give the public a reason to perceive it as the judiciary closing ranks. Oh, that's interesting. So that's why you're happy to let a foreign handle the prosecution. Ryunosuke, you see how your skill have been honed. After practicing law in this land for so many months. 8 months is not, well, like, I'm sorry, Kazuma, I don't understand why you're being so hostile to me now. This is going to end well, my friend. No, it's just that I'm kind of laughing because I feel like 8 months is so little to be a practitioner of law. Oh yes, we noticed that there was a gun at the scene of Inspector Rexon's death. You know if it belongs to Lord Franciscus? That will be a question for the lead detective investigating the scene. But the thing is, she wasn't sure, so she told me I should ask somebody higher up who might know. That's right, Mr. Naruhodo, be direct. It's not a model that is issued to all personnel involved in law enforcement, yes. Which include prosecutors, so as I'm sure you can imagine, that case could actually have belonged to the victim. No, Gregson had his own gun on his person. What about Lord Franciscus? He claims it's currently not in his possession. But, according to his story, he lost it. In short, it's more than a little bit suspicious. Just because the gun is questioned at the same time as the defender, there's no proof that it's actually his. It's a suspicious. No, of course not. Nevertheless, the situation is grave for Lord Franciscus. That's it? Examine Kazuma. I'm sorry for all the worry I caused you, but it will be all right now. Has your memory completely returned? Yes, completely. Remember everything. The soundtrack. Including what I was coming here to do. Right. Kazuma-san, I can't tell you how happy I am to see you alive and well like this. But how did you come to be here in London when you were suffering from amnesia? Yeah, exactly. It was the voice. It's the ear. I've been hearing in my head constantly saying the same thing over and over. Go to London, that's where your destiny awaits. Go to London, that is your destiny. It was voice that guided me here to London. I'm so sorry for that. What's happened? Anyway, memory might have returned to me. There's something that won't return to me. To the way I was before. Huh? What do you mean? I'm a prosecutor now, so I'm sure our paths will cross again very soon. Ryunosuke. Wait. It doesn't look like we are going to glean much more here. Well, thank you very much, Longstone Cat. Remember, tomorrow's trial will go down in our empire history. Okay, we got it. There's much you could learn from the public gallery. Was that an advice? Sorry to have taken up so much of your time. We'll see ourselves out. Hold it! Kazuma. Before you go, Ryunosuke. What is it? Kazuma! My boy. I just wanted to thank you. Kazuma-san. What? You took my determination to heart and brought it with you over the ocean in my stead. And you carried my law to perfection. You always were intent on studying British law in order to change our own justice system. It was your dream, and Mr. Odo didn't want that to die for you. Yes, but I had another purpose for coming here. To learn the truth, I guess. I actually have a favor to ask, which is, this trial will be prosecuted. I'd like you to be there to see how it ends. This trial, I'll be prosecuted tomorrow. I'd like you to be there to see how it ends. So I assume that since Van Zisk will not sign the defense, it's probably the fact that I cannot defend him. But maybe at the end, but it appears that he will assume I'll be there as a... Oh no, right in front of me as the defense counsel. Why? Why does it all about? I know you have what it takes. But Lord Francisco will never put his faith in my hands. On the contrary, he recognizes your talent. He does? He does? It's not easy to see him behind the facade sometimes. I'm like, Kazuma! Here, have a look at this. That's a smile! That's Lord Francisco, Inspector Gregson. A photograph that must have been taken some time ago, by the look of it. It was the third person. His brother. His brother? His brother was displayed very prominently in the detective office. Gregson's office. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. If you really think you can trust the reader, you might find some straight talking makes him take a different view. Take it. Thank you. I don't understand why you're giving me this. Just hurry, Ryunosuke. Visiting hours of the breeze are almost over. Okay, I'm going. What are you doing, Kazuma? Guess I'll trust you. Move. Prison. Wait. Prison. Hey, buddy. How you doing? You read the letter? How it is? Huh? No one's is. I'm still reading the letter. Okay. It's become quite some time though. Either he's incredibly slow reader or he's incredibly long letter. Maybe both. I might even be able to read English faster than he can. Then he say, oh, it's in German. I was intending to ignore you entirely. But I can't turn a deaf ear to such insult. That insulting Japanese. Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't think you heard that. I had the case notes brought to me in secret. I was reading them to pass the time. Yes, we heard that your trial is set for tomorrow. Which is none of your business. So, have you found a lawyer? Come on, man. You know you wanna be the fan, I mean. Come on, man. How many times must reiterate the same thing? This is nothing to do with you. In other words, no. You were just talking to Law Stronger, and the prosecutor for your trial has been decided. That's why nothing less. That I have no idea who it is. It's going to be Kazuma Asogi. Asogi? Your apprentice that made the color drain from his face. Huh. Well then. It seems I'm going to have engaging conversation with you again after all. I'm sorry. It's such a thing like 10 years ago my older brother, who was the director of prosecutions at the time, was murdered. And the killer, as you know, was visiting, well, again. Not a single day goes by when I don't curse that name, Asogi. Genshin Asogi was Kazuma-sama's father. So what cruel twist of fate is this now, 10 years later? Man's son is crucified means in some kangaroo court? That's interesting. I still don't understand why Lone Sorgar apprenticed Kazuma to you. It's what he does, no doubt he knew of the young man true identity from the outset. But what could he be hoping to achieve? And let's not forget that it was only 8 days ago that Kazuma recovered from his amnesia. Why would Lone Strongheart assign this trial to somebody like that? Asogi. That name is very epitome of my bane. The bane that is you, Nicholas. Right, you hate her for all us Japanese. You hate her for a country. For an entire population. Only just being appointed as a prosecutor when it happened 10 years ago. My brother Clint, the director of prosecution, was hunting down a mass murder. The so-called professor. Assigned to investigation as his partner was a certain visiting student dispatched from Scotland Yard. That was Genshin Asogi. Exactly. I developed a deep respect for the man. He seemed noble-minded and chivalrous in the extreme to me. But none of us saw the true nature of that man. So I lost everything when it happened. My esteemed brother, the people I was meeting, any semblance of right prevailing over wrong. Oh, how awful. To avenge my brother, I persecuted in Asogi trial. I wouldn't ordinarily have been allowed, but I beleaguered the ascribed prosecutor until he consented. What do you mean, ascribed prosecutor? The man in charge of the professor case inquiry, Lord Mill Strongheart. Wait, what? Lord Strongheart? He was a highly accomplished prosecutor, but he agreed to relinquish the trial to me and act as my advisor instead. Since that time, he's the one person whom I felt in doubt. I'm sure he must have seen your zeal for the case and recognized your potential as a prosecutor. Anyway, time passed, but the day ended earlier this year. We should arrive in London, but you... Oh, and all things as a lawyer. I felt your animosity the first time I ever faced you in the court. The obvious deep loathing of us Japanese. I keep telling myself it was illogical, but for so many years, that hatred had festered inside me. I could no longer control it. I can't understand why. Now I know the history. Still, I don't know. But in the same way that I've long felt the Nipponese to be the bane of my life, to Kazuma Asogi I am bane of his, the Reaper who sent his father to the gallows. He's looking for revenge, and intends to take it in court tomorrow. Yeah, I had this feeling, but I think there's something else. Drexel transferred to the Paris police prefecture had finally been arranged for the coming month, so he knew. Interesting. He'll never make it to France now. It's a tragedy. Oh yes, come to think of it, he did mention something about it, didn't he? I think he was the only one. I wondered, does it happen often, be transferred internationally? I mean, first time I ever encountered it. Really? In such a special occasion? The Paris police welcoming an English detective is almost inconceivable. I can't imagine what kind of magic Rexha must have worked to put the arrangement in place. You sound like the mister has even the Reaper perplexed. I'm afraid to say that we were very ignorant about Inspector Gregson's standing. We hear that he was considered something of a legend among Scotland Yard. Again, it was 10 years ago, and he first made the name for himself by uncovering a decisive piece of evidence that exposed the professor's identity. If it wasn't for Gregson's singular approach to the case, the discovery would never have been made. What sort of approach? After my brother's life was taken, the inspector pushed for a full autopsy. Oh my, 10 years ago? Why is that so surprising? Autopsy was considered a desecration of the body at the time and rarely performed. My brother was of course a novel that made the idea of even more unthinkable. But something Gregson had dug up in his investigation made him determine it was necessary. His powerful convictions somehow influenced the House of the Lords, and as a result I could avenge my brother's death. So you must have had great confidence in the inspector's abilities then. And it's even more inconceivable that you would have taken his life. I don't have confidence in anyone. Oh. And I'm sure Gregson felt the same way. I have no doubt he thought of me only as the ominous Reaper, just like the rest of London. What really went between Lord and Zisk and Gregson? What was the true nature of their relationship? Your gun! Your gun! About a gun used to shoot the inspector that was found at the scene. Oh, yes, that's not mine. Guess what? Really? Because common opinion seems to be that is. What do you expect me to say to that? Those stronger inform us that you claim to have misplaced your firearms. As embarrassing as that is, I'm afraid it's true. When did you lose it then? A month ago. That I don't... Really? Oh, I was issued with a revolver when I first became a prosecutor 10 years ago. Must have stolen it somewhere, I suppose. Or left it somewhere else, perhaps. You have something in common with Lord and Zisk after all, Mr. Naruhodo. I tell you all misplacing things. No, this has nothing to do with me. Don't drag me into it. Don't make the mistake of associating me with these Nipponese. Oh dear. The review is very wide, isn't it? This is not decisive evidence, clearly. But it look good, that's for sure. Present the picture. Oh, Van Zisk, we came to this old photograph. Where did you get that? It was taken when I became qualified as prosecutor. It's almost unbelievable. I assumed it was long lost. Is the man of the lab there? Yes, that was my brother, Clint. The details of Greg's photograph has me up. It had to be, really. Apparently, this picture was prominently displayed in the Greg's office. He had a deep respect for you, you know? Were you aware of that? Respect? That's nonsense! No, we heard someone test the face very clearly. Inspector Gina Lestrade, no less. Well, maybe once, yes. It was time things were like that. We were brothers in arms, a jovial discussing the future of justice and other such lofty subject matter. That was a nice glimpse of the past. I think. I felt as though I got a nice glimpse of the past then too. There was a glimmer of light in his eyes, brief twinkle. I insight into the true nature of this man now to all, as the Stone Cold Reaper of the ballet. Mr. Naruhodo. That's the first time he ever used my actual name. I've lost all confidence in my country justice system. I don't trust the police, the judiciary, or lawyers. But there's still one thing I'm willing to believe in. What's that? That which you see in the eyes of another across the courtroom. A simple determination to know the truth. Love and Zisk's. From the very first time we clashed in the ballet almost a year ago. I couldn't deny it, even though I dearly wished I could. Here is a loathsome Nipponese who has absolute integrity as a man. There are only two other men I've known with the same look in their eyes. My brother, Clint, and Geshin Asoka. The man he idolized, the man who betrayed his trust in the most hideous way. Well, you showed me that photograph just now. It reminded me. You mean this photograph? Back then, when I was able to laugh, I was free of the shackles of mistrust that plagued me. I looked to the future with hope. Since then, I protected myself against a betrayal by refusing to trust anyone. But at the times, the mire into which I sunk makes it almost impossible to breathe. I'm so sorry. So, Mr. Naruhodo, I want to believe in that look in your eyes. I need to believe in it. Ain't tomorrow's plan. Will you advocate for me? Of course I will. It would be an honor. I'm so pleased, Mr. Naruhodo. And my life is in your hands. What a heavy things. For love and Tisk, that must have been an incredible hard thing to ask. Which is why I simply cannot let the man down tomorrow with the old body against my old friend Katsuma. That's it? That's it! Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the episode. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you love it. Whatever. And a lot of crucial things will happen. I feel like it will not be the end of it. Lovely, bye.